Hi, Rebecca here from simplesuburbanliving.us, and in this video I want to share with you some things to keep in mind if you're considering going car-free. Now before I do that though, I want to first of all just touch very briefly on the three top benefits of going car-free. The first one is money. Cars can actually cost a lot of money, and generally speaking, if you don't have a car, you can save a lot of money, even though you may have some expenses such as bicycle or public transportation. Secondly, exercise. This is one of the things that I love the most about going car-free, and that is that I get exercise. Every time I go somewhere, I get at least a mile walk in. I might walk a half a mile to the light rail station, take the train, get off, walk a little bit more, take the train back, and then walk back home. And so really it'd probably be a minimum of about a mile and a half. Or there's nearby stores that I walk to or restaurants, and they might be a half a mile away. So I always get in a lot of exercise, and this works great for me because I don't particularly like to exercise, and I always have a hard time getting myself to go to the gym or do other types of exercise. But for some reason, when I feel like I'm accomplishing something, such as getting somewhere, when I'm walking or riding a bike or that type of thing, I enjoy that. And so that's a great way. And of course, the third way is simply it's good for the environment. So if you're concerned about pollution or using up fuel or even electricity with an electric car, having a carless lifestyle is a great way to go. But the question is, what will it be like to be carless? And I want to give you just a few things to consider. The first thing is to write down everything that you currently do and ask yourself, how will you do that without a car? So for example, you grocery shop. That was one of my questions that I had in my mind before we went car-free was, how will I get groceries? And so what we did was we tried out grocery delivery, and that worked great. So that I was able to settle that thing in my mind. Like, okay, that's fine. I don't need to worry about groceries. For you, it might be that you can walk to a grocery store or ride a bike to a grocery store, and you can get panniers for your bike and put a lot of groceries in or that type of thing. But just as an example, buying groceries is one thing you'll have to do without a car, and probably you've been using your car to do it. So answer that question of, how will I get groceries, or how will I do the other things that I do? I'll give you another example with that, and that was for us, church. We were getting ready to leave the church that we were in, and that was one that required a car. So as we began to think about not having a car, we asked ourselves, what churches can we attend that are in walking distance? So again, we thought of an aspect of our life that matters to us, and then considered, how can we do that without a car? So your first step is to write down all of the things that you normally do, and then answer how you would do those things without a car. A second thing to consider is the amount of time that things take when you don't have a car. In some ways, it doesn't matter as much to me because I've simply kind of embraced this slower way of life, this way of life where things take longer. And it's actually been a way of simplifying things in my life because I do less. So I guess a good way to look at this is, what will you cut out from your life as a result of not having a car? And it could just be that you have less time, so you'll need to cut back on some of the things that you do. Or it could also mean that getting certain places by walking, biking, or public transportation would be difficult. And would you still be able to do those things, or are you willing to let them go? So that's kind of a two-part thing of how much time will things take via public transportation, and what you're willing to let go. And just as an example with this is that I have sometimes just determined that if I can't get someplace without a car, then maybe that's not something that I need to do. And of course, there's other ways around that. So let's go into the third thing, and that will be that if you can't bike, or you can't walk, or you can't take public transportation, what are your other options? Can you ride share with someone, such as a coworker? Can you use Uber or Lyft? So think about what your alternatives are for getting places that you need to go. The biggest thing that I would want to encourage you to do is to test it out. So once you've looked at the biggest challenges to not having a car, or how your life will be different without a car, and then also considered the benefits and kind of weighed them against each other, what I recommend that you do is to do a trial period without a car while you still have a car. And what I mean by that is, let's say for a period of about a month at a minimum, if not 2 or 3 months, do everything without a car as much as possible. Now, as an example is my husband and I, we actually, for 3 months, we said, well, let's just kind of experiment with what it would be like to live without a car. And we found a church in walking distance, and we started to visit that church and go to that church. We had groceries delivered. We did everything that we could think of to do that we would normally do. We tried doing it without a car. Now, there were maybe a few times, I think there were 3 times in 3 months, that we just were like, let's just go ahead and take our car. But the fact that we only did that 3 times in 3 months, and in even those times, we could have done what we wanted to do without a car. We just, since the car was there, we used it. But that really helped us. So definitely think through your obligations, how you will fulfill those obligations and or desires without a car, and then do a test run without a car. So I hope that will help you determine if going carless is right for you.